The sun was glowing fiercely in the late afternoon sky, but the day felt cold to 11-year-old Marin. She stood on the concrete steps of Riverside General Hospital, her small hands trembling, her face streaked with tears, and her backpack sliding off one shoulder. Her mother, Alina, who had always been strong, always been steady, was there beside her, breathless and almost collapsing. But between them and the hospital entrance stood three men, thick arms, dark sunglasses, leather jackets blocking the doors. The world blurred for Marin. She could barely breathe. Her mother's face was pale, trembling with pain she tried to hide. All Marin could think was one desperate thought: someone has to help us. And just when she believed the world was cold and uncaring, the distant sound of motorcycle engines began to roar like thunder, rolling across the sky. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and protecting those who can't protect themselves, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Light of Kindness. Your support helps stories of humanity reach more hearts. Marin had grown up near the small outskirts of town, in a rental house full of warmth and broken things. Alina worked 2 jobs, one waitressing at a roadside diner and the other cleaning offices late into the night. Marin used to wait up for her, sometimes with drawings, sometimes just with a blanket warmed for when her mother returned. Their bond wasn't spoken about loudly, it was in the little things. The way Alina touched her daughter's hair with careful gentleness, the way Marin always set aside half her snack so her mother could have some later, even when Alina insisted she didn't need it. They only had each other in this world. No father, no relatives, no neighbors who did more than wave. Just them. But Alina's health had been getting worse, slowly and subtly at first. She tried to hide it. She tried to stay strong. She didn't want her daughter to worry. The dizzy spells, the coughing fits she muffled by. Stepping outside. The night she didn't eat, claiming she had eaten at work. Marin had asked many times if they should go to the doctor, but Alina always answered with a tired but loving smile. We will. When I get paid. When things settle. Soon. But soon never seemed to come, until the day she collapsed in the middle of the kitchen, her hands braced on the countertop, her breath ragged like she was drowning. Marin dialed emergency help, but the ambulance didn't come fast enough, so she grabbed her mother's hand, forced her up, and they rushed to the hospital by bus, Marin's small body trying to hold up the weight of the person who had always held her up. They arrived finally, desperately, only to meet the men at the hospital door. These men were not doctors. They were not nurses. They were hired security, working unofficially for someone whose name Marin did not know yet. Their jackets bore the insignia of a local motorcycle club known for trouble, power, and fear, the Iron Jackals. Their leader, a man known only as Rexton, had reserved the hospital wing for his own injured brother after a violent altercation across town. And he had ordered that no one was to disturb the doctors treating his kin, not even emergency walk-ins, and these men followed orders like steel followed magnetism. Marin felt the world rush forward again, like someone had pressed play after a long pause. Rowan lifted Alina's arm gently, not rushed, not rough, and guided her into the hospital. Nurses hurried to take her in when they saw the signs of respiratory failure, fatigue, and internal stress. Marin followed, feeling as though she was floating. Rowan placed his hand lightly on the girl's shoulder, just long enough for her to feel safety. Marin had never met him before that day, but she felt like she had known him forever. The doctors took Alina in quickly. Rowan stayed in the waiting room with Marin, sitting in silence, because sometimes silence is the warmest blanket. He didn't. Tell her everything would be okay. He didn't lie. He just stayed. Hours passed. The sun dipped. The world changed colors. And finally, a doctor emerged and explained that Alina had been suffering from untreated heart complications brought on by exhaustion and stress. She would need surgery soon, but was stable for now. Relief washed over Marin so fast she almost collapsed. Rowan caught her. In the days that followed, the Hells Angels did something no one expected. They visited. They brought meals. They spoke to hospital staff to ensure no one else blocked Alina's care. They even helped Marin with school drop-offs and rides, always respectful, always protective. Marin learned the world wasn't divided between good people and bad people. It was divided between those who remembered kindness and those who didn't. Alina slowly recovered, and when she could finally walk outside again, she found Rowan waiting under the warm daylight, arms crossed, quiet as ever. She thanked him, and her voice was so full of gratitude and shaking emotion that even Rowan looked away for a moment to collect himself. "It was never a debt," he said. "You were kind when no one else was. That matters." As the months passed, Marin no longer felt invisible. She no longer felt alone in the world. She had seen darkness, and she had seen the kind of light that doesn't come from softness, but from loyalty, protection, and the memory of one meal gifted without being asked. Even the hardest hearts can carry incredible love. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to Light of Kindness. Your support keeps stories of humanity alive. Special request: comment the words "kindness always wins" if you believe in protecting others when they cannot protect themselves. And so the story ends not with a fight, but with a reminder: kindness travels far, and one day it always returns home.